What's up, Taiwan? Good morning. I'm Erika Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. K-pop supergroup BTS's shock announcement that it's taking a break has reignited a debate around compulsory military service in South Korea. Here in Taiwan, military officials have been having a similar discussion. Bing Wang reports.
Was it honestly the best? 'Cause I just wanna see.
They're the biggest boy band in the world. South Korean pop group BTS is a global phenomenon that has transcended cultural barriers. But last month, they broke the hearts of millions of fans by announcing a hiatus.
So yung naramdaman ko po na syempre nakakaiyak, parang malulungkot ka, it's been 9 years mawawala sila.
BTS has said they want to take a break to recharge, but according to a South Korean politician, the group is going on hiatus because one of their members has been conscripted into the army. It's reigniting a debate on military conscription in South Korea on whether to shorten service times from 2 years to 3 months. Taiwan is also debating conscription periods, except it's around extending the length of service. Right now, all men between 18 and 36 must serve for 4 months.
Beijing is much more unfriendly to Taipei, and China is conducting a more aggressive military action against Taiwan.
China has maintained that Taiwan is part of its own territory and has not ruled out taking the island by force. An independent poll conducted by the Taiwan Public Opinion Foundation found that 76% of the population believe that mandatory military service times should be extended. They believe that it is paramount to the country's combat readiness in case of an attack. Across Asia, 5 countries have mandatory conscription service. Taiwan has the shortest time at 4 months. But some analysts feel the country has to focus not just on the length of the training, but also the quality of its content.
I think the main concern is to reconsider what kind of manpower we need in the military and what kind of warfare we might face or we might conduct in the military conflict in the Taiwan Strait.
The military pressure by neighboring China is at the heart of this debate. Taiwan's defense ministry has set up a task force to consider its options and will reevaluate how young Taiwanese men spend their time in military training. Bill Kong and Bing Wang for TaiwanPlus.
Since the Russian invasion of Ukraine began in February, many Taiwanese have been watching it closely. But beyond the news, they're now viewing stories from Ukraine in movie theaters. The Taipei Film Festival 2022 is highlighting Ukrainian cinema, giving the public a chance to understand the intermingled history of Russia and Ukraine. Eugene Huang filed this report for TaiwanPlus.
This is Reflection, a Ukrainian movie that uses the conflict between pro-Russia separatists and the Ukrainian government as a backdrop, depicting how war affects people psychologically. It's a highlight of this year's Taipei Film Festival, selected along with 2 documentaries from the same country.
那我们今年选择这个3部片呢，我们希望呢，它不仅仅是就是在讲述就是比较临近的近年的，像2014年的顿巴斯战争和截至到今年3月的这个乌俄战争正式的开战之外呢，我们还希望透过这个电影的历史的档案来去回溯说，让观众看见说到底乌克兰和俄国之间他们的一些前世今生。
Until Russia actually invaded, most Ukrainians only considered the possibilities of it in fiction. The same could be said about the Taiwanese in relation to China. China has threatened to take Taiwan by force for decades. Most people here did not take that threat seriously until Russian troops attacked Ukraine in February. Since then, there has been a growing solidarity with Ukraine among the Taiwanese who see a parallel between their histories. There's recently been several pro-Ukraine demonstrations in Taiwan. They're depicted in this collection of drawings by Russian artists living in Taipei with Ukrainian roots. This exhibit is just one of many activities raising funds for Ukrainian civilians. The artist believes that governments fail their people during armed conflicts.
So people should to understand and never be tricked by this belief as like they should to sacrifice themselves for some idea or system. No, it's people first.
That's what some Taiwanese viewers walked into the movie theater for, to get an understanding of conflict, particularly with China now increasing its military flights into Taiwan's air defense zone.
可是我们没有真正的认知到说，随时如果真的在不断的冲突升高的话，我们是会有打仗可能。那如果有战争可能的话，那我们准备好了吗？那我们愿意做牺牲吗？就像电影里面，他们可以为了国家 ，OK， 他们到前线去支援，去牺牲。那我们有准备好了吗？我们可以问问自己。
Seeing a threat become real in Eastern Europe, Taiwan has been stepping up its combat readiness, conducting drills and intensifying conscript training. While in its theaters, film festival viewers are filling seats not just to be entertained, but to get a glimpse of what they hope will remain a far-off scenario. Piper Yu, Chris Ma, and Eugene Huang for TaiwanPlus.
Businesses are leaving 3 of Taipei's retail areas, according to a leading real estate company. Vacancy rates have increased over the last quarter. Rick Lau reports from the once bustling neighborhood of Ximending to find out why businesses are shutting up shop.
This is Ximending. It's in the heart of the capital Taipei and usually one of the city's busiest shopping districts. But shops here are closing down at record rates. According to a report released this week, nearly a quarter of the lots here are now empty.
还是很多空屋在租啊，然后老板也是撑不下去啊，对啊，但是也不能说像我们这小本生意，也不能说撤就撤，已经砸本下去啦。
因为店家现在店租金也蛮贵，所以可能就有一些也撑不下去，这样，所以店家也越来越少，有感受到。
With strict border controls, Taiwan and its economy largely weathered the coronavirus pandemic unscathed. But this summer, case numbers surged, and although they are now declining, businesses are still reeling as people avoid crowds. Here in Ximending, nearly 25% of the shops are now empty. Vacancy rates in 2 other retail areas of the capital have also risen. Experts say it's a trend that's set to continue. The capital's most famous night market is also struggling. Visitors have dropped by more than 20%.
疫情的影响，加上说观光潮不振，而且其实蛮多的消费可能就在电商或者是说外送平台上面去做消费并没有这么多的人潮去支撑所谓的实体店面的情况下面呢，都会造成说这个空置潮的情况看起来是蛮严重的
Many people in Taiwan are now breathing a sigh of relief as this largest coronavirus wave to hit the country finally subsides. But for business owners here, the damage has already been done. Patrick Chen, Ken Ning, and Rick Lowett for TaiwanPlus.
A company in the United States has used artificial intelligence to design a high-performance supercar that could be the next step in auto evolution.
So just like nature optimizes for material and energy, and you see these organic structures that emerge, that's the same thing we've done here, but in metal structures. And instead of taking millions of years to iterate and find that efficiency point, we've taken minutes. So in the end, we're not designing these to look organic, bone-like, biological. They just actually look biological because biological is efficient, and these structures are perfectly efficient.
The company used AI to develop much of the car with a process that mimics biological evolution on a much shorter timescale. The result is the Model 21C, a hybrid electric vehicle with a 3D printed structure. The car has a top speed of 400 kilometers per hour and can go from 0 to 100 in just 1.9 seconds. The developers expect their method to spread to other industries such as defense and aerospace. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally today, we leave you with images of a newly identified species of giant water lily called Victoria boliviana. The plant is the largest water lily in the world. I'm Erika Liu. Take care and see you next time.